8 things to know before dating an older man. It's way different in your 40s than it is in your 20s. When it comes to dating, age is just one among many factors to consider as you seek your match. A significant difference in the length of relationship history is important to consider during dating. Here, 2 experts weigh in on the benefits of dating an older man, as well as the potential drawbacks. 1. Dating an older man in your 20s and 30s is much different from dating one in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. An older man dating a younger woman tends to raise fewer eyebrows than a woman's romance with a younger man, but there are still some people who are judgmental. Courtney Thornton started a hashtag to encourage others with 25-year age gaps to share their stories. When women over 40 find themselves drawn to someone older, they are less likely to be accused of having daddy issues because most women at that age are financially stable and independent. They're less likely to experience the same judgments and stereotypes if they decide to date an older man at this age. A range of generation gap related issues can be easier to bridge when you're over 40 as well. The older you get, the less of a challenge it's likely to pose. In terms of life experience and maturity, an age gap at 50 or 60 isn't particularly dramatic. 2. An older man who's worthy of your time knows what he wants in a relationship. Stability, a strong sense of self, and career advancement are 3 things that more often come with age. People often ask whether an older man is more mature than a younger one, Sherman adds. It depends on the individual, but life experience does often lead to greater maturity. The benefits and challenges of dating younger men. The older woman has lots of accomplishments to her name that she can be proud of. She may just love someone who has ground to stand on at the same time. Free with kids out of the nest, an older man may have more time for you. Maybe you're dating after a divorce, and you're a single mom who needs to carve out the time for a love life. A single dad has no carpool schedule and can spend more time planning amazing dates. Lester suggests that if you're looking for someone who has less time spent with the children in his life, you should consider someone who's 10 or more years older than you. 4. If he's retired and you're not, relating to each other can be a challenge. If you're a retired person and your spouse is still working, you may struggle to connect after a hard day. Often relationships are built on similar life experience, and the difference between daily work and retirement can be quite a marked one. 5. Find out whether your visions for the future match up. You may not be engaged now, but it's worth discussing what you think your next 10 to 20 years will look like if things get serious. Do you have any further family ambitions? Are you open to traveling or moving somewhere else? Sherman suggests discussing important topics like kids, dreams, and happiness before a relationship starts. One person may feel like their goals are winding down and the other is winding up. 6. You may discover some surprising cultural differences. So he doesn't know who Cardi B is, and you don't have the same points of nostalgia. That might not bug you at all. But what if you start talking politics and trends, only to discover he's completely immovable in his views? The individual may be set in their ways, so they may seem less open-minded than younger men. Dating a single mom. The person will have different cultural references, social topics, and political issues than you do. 7. Your communication habits may be different. While the article says that older men like to be called, it doesn't mention if this is true for Lester and Sherman. In my experience with running a dating app, there are surprisingly fewer differences between the way a 30-year-old, a 50-year-old, and a 70-year-old communicate. We have people in their 90s using it. 8. Remember that it's about the 2 of you as individuals, not your age difference. Your different age may lead to people making some unfortunate assumptions and remarks, but you shouldn't let that get in your way. If you really care about them, just remember what you like about them and stay focused on how you feel. It's important to recall why you chose your partner, and not to let outside stigma or judgments dissuade you. Source: OprahDaily.com